Welcome, welcome. Hello, senior families.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. We're going to start in a little less than 5 minutes. You can go ahead and drop your senior's name in the chat to enter our graduation raffle. All right, welcome, everyone.
This one,
Hi.
absolutely.
Hello.
Hold on, folks.
Good evening.
He's waiting for me. Oh,
Awesome. Hello, everyone. We're going to listen to this one more time. If you haven't already, go ahead and put your senior's name in the chat to enter our graduation raffle. And if you have some extra time, go ahead and come up with some questions that you might want to ask about senior year after we review all the information. We will start in 2 minutes.
how the hell you wasn't there? I'm trying to make sure.
Alrighty. Awesome. All right. First of all, I just want to say, wow, we currently have 49, almost 50 people on this call, which is so incredible. And I think it's reflective of what you'll see in a moment. Our senior class of 2025 has been really showing up and showing out this year. And I appreciate that we're doing that as families as well. So what are we going to talk about in this session? You're going to get some key information about the rest of senior year for the first half. And then the second half of our session together will also be to discuss and give you opportunities to give input for senior year. What do you want from us and what can we do to make it better? So we're actually going to start in a moment with some trivia, get those key updates and information, do a question and answer, and then that idea sharing time at the end. Awesome. So first and foremost, welcome again. I just want to say these are the wonderful ladies that I have the opportunity to work with. If you're one of these people, just wave hi on the camera. This is our senior leadership team when it comes to events and planning and making your seniors experience the best that it possibly can be. If anybody wants to just come off and say hello for a second.
I'll say hi real quick. I'm here with a little one, but I'm here. Hi, families. I'm seeing so many familiar faces and names, and we're excited to have you.
I'll jump into, I can imagine what your hearts and spirits are going through with your babies being seniors now. We feel it, but I know we don't feel it even as much as you do. So I'm really excited, looking forward to it too. You also may see my kids run through the background, so they'll just wave. But let's do it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Okoye, 12th grade assistant principal. Just like everyone else, I have littles running around, and I can only imagine what y'all are going through right now with your babies about to leave you. Congratulations. Y'all are almost there at the finish line, and we're here to make sure that your child ends high school on a special note.
Awesome. And I realized I forgot to introduce myself. I am Miss Wolf, the 12th grade level chair, and I also teach math to some of your 12th graders. And I'm very excited to continue to support you and your families in getting to this point. All right. So just to start off, as we're waiting for a couple more people just to come on, some 2025 trivia. So how much do you know about the class of 2025? You can just put your answer in the chat. There's no prize for winning, but just for fun to see how much you know. So our first question is, how many students are in the class of 2025? Put your guesses in the chat. How many students are in the class of 2025? Who knows? We got one guess. All right, we got a couple more. Oh, okay, someone's close. All right, and in the class of 2025 at NCA, we have 161 seniors who are on track to graduate. All right, what is the average attendance for the class of 2025? Any guesses? It's a percent. So what percent of the time do we think our seniors are coming to school? All right, a couple more guesses. Some of us have some high numbers. Think about how often does your student come to school? What is that percent? All right. And it was 91%. Okay. Principal Lewis knew it. Next one we have, what is the average GPA? Average GPA for the class of 2025. All right. Most of these guesses are actually super, super close. It is 3.07. And now two more trivia, which is actually not trivia, more so things that we need to know. And we will get more into in a moment. What is the date for senior prom? What is the date for senior prom? And bonus, does anybody know the day of the week? The day of the week is a bit of a tricky one. Okay, yep. That is it. It is May 28th. It is on a Wednesday. And similar type of question, last one, what is the date of graduation? Bonus points if you know what day that is. Let's see. Awesome. I see that we are reading our email and getting those updates. So that will be June 16th, which is a Monday. Awesome job. All right. So how has it been going for our year so far? Quick recap, and then we'll get into those details of those dates. So Q1 was really awesome. We had our senior sunrise, commitment to graduate. They created the first ever senior wall, which will now be a tradition for all senior classes moving forward. And they had their Q1 awards. What about Q2? How's that been going? Well, they had a Friendsgiving potluck, which was really awesome. We've had a ton of FAFSA nights, a senior field trip already to Urban Air, and they just finished up their Q2 awards. So things have been going really, really well. And the major shout out that I want to say is the reason we've been able to have such incredible events for our students is because they have been coming to school. This is the data from just this past week right before break of how often our seniors have been coming to school. And if anybody wants to kind of share, what are we noticing about the 12th grade class that's a little bit better than all the other classes? Give everybody time to just look at it for a moment. And yes, what you are all thinking is that we are crushing it. So we definitely want to be over that 90% attendance threshold, and we are doing it. So senioritis who? It is typically the senior class that doesn't come to school, usually feeling like, okay, I don't really have to come, I'm almost out. But look at us go. We are really showing the rest of the school what it means to be a senior. And I love that for us. Awesome. Just reading all the amazing comments in the chat. We have really been doing a great job. Give your students a major shout out. All right, I am going to pass it over to Mrs. Okoye to start giving us some key information breakdown of our senior year.
All right, good evening again. And just for those who joined a little bit late, just a reminder, keep dropping your student's name in the chat if you haven't already. We will have a raffle at the end of the meeting for an extra graduation ticket. So we'll just make sure we have everyone accounted for who's here. So if you haven't already, drop the name. And those who already put the name, we got you down. You're good. All right, so key dates. Hopefully you are getting this information. If any of this feels brand new to you, you have no idea, please connect with any of the staff members on this. Oh, I was accidentally muted. I was saying if any of this looks unfamiliar, please connect with any of us on this call or your child's advisor, because that means you haven't been getting our emails and text messages, and we'll make sure we have the right contact info for you. But this has been sent out over the past couple of weeks. If you have not already scheduled senior pictures, that is due March 28th. Even if you're not interested in getting like a full package and spread of pictures, we still need your child to take their senior picture so they can be represented in the yearbook. So that is an option. If you do not plan to buy a full package, that is fine. We have the basic, I just want to have my picture in the yearbook. The website is there for you to sign your child up. This came up in the trivia. Prom is Wednesday, May 28th. It is at the beautiful Westmount Country Club. For those of you who have had alumni who have graduated from NCA already, you may have already be familiar with this spot. But that is happening on Wednesday, May 28th. And we talked about attendance. We want you to help us encourage your child to attend school all the way up through prom. We do see like a week before prom, we start losing kids with attendance and like the hair appointments and nail appointments. So we will work with kids to try and get all of that figured out and make sure that they're not missing days. So please start planning early, right? And then finally, graduation. Please note that is a date change, and that was communicated earlier in the month, Monday, June 16th, all right? And that's going to be at NJ Pack. And we will let you know all the details that you need to know about parking and tickets and all that as we get closer, but please mark your calendars for all of these dates.
All right, and speaking of, our prom is May 28th, as we discussed. Does anyone know the theme? We have revealed it to the students, but it might be a reveal for some of you. Our prom theme is, yes, okay, we are Vogue. So we're thinking high fashion, formal, super clean, and doing all of the things that we can to look our sharpest this night. So super, super exciting. But of course, something that we might not want to talk about, which is how exactly can we attend these things, and it does come at a cost. So when we are talking about senior dues, there are packages that are based on if you would like to go to prom. So the base package, which you must get if you are going to graduation and want to have all of the regalia, is going to be package A. That comes with your cap and gown, the senior t-shirt, the class ring, a yearbook, as well as a diploma cover. So that is $150. Now from there, you add an additional $100 for each prom ticket that you would like. And you can get up to one or two prom tickets, one for your student, and then if they would like to bring one additional guest. So that would be $250 for package B and $350 for package C. All right. So a couple of us were mentioning payment plans, or rather ways that we can support you in paying for this. And so how we would do it is through these payment plans. So depending on which package that your student is selecting, you could submit money for these dates. The key information here is that your payments must be in cash or money order. Cash or money order. Thank you. And if they are using this payment plan option, they will receive a receipt to verify payment after each installment. I'm just pausing to give everyone opportunities to screenshot, do anything they need. This should also be in your emails.
Miss Wolf, can I add something real quick?
Yes, please do.
A few families had asked in the chat for the copy of the image from the previous slide with the date of prom, graduation, and all of that. There's a link to view it in the chat for you all now if you needed your own copy. And I'll try to work on getting this one with the packages in there as well. If maybe Miss Okoye or Miss Wolf sends it to me, I can put it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for that pause. Something that we are going to talk about a little bit later in the meeting is that the senior trip is at an additional cost. And that depends what we ultimately choose for the senior trip, but that choice we want to be in the hands of you and your students. So that is something we will discuss later in the meeting. Our last thing when we are speaking about senior dues is included in that is the class ring. That is part of the senior dues of the $150. You should have received, rather, you all received this email from Mrs. Stone, which is a form to fill out your cap and gown as well as ring size. Just you could shake your head, put yes, I did it in the chat. We had, I think, a large percentage of you, I'm going to say 80%, but I'm feeling like I'm making that up. But please, please, if you have not filled out this form, that is an issue. So we had right here, a company come in to measure ring sizes. You know, it's very important for us that you have the ring selection so that we can properly measure the size for that. There will be a makeup day if you have not yet completed that form, but please do this ASAP. Okay, awesome. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, one no. You can look for cap and gown and ring
I
selection.
can drop that in the chat as well.
Oh,
In the
look at
chat.
that. Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate all the support. So it does look like this, and you select your ring type as well as other information like your cap and gown size, t-shirt size, all those things that you get with dues. All right, I am going to pass it over to Ms. Okoye to talk about what's coming up for the month of March.
All right, so if you kind of remember what's happened over the past couple years, every March is when we have an uptick in state testing and things of that nature. So that's happening again. So depending on the courses your student takes, they'll be having tests. So they may have to leave school early or they may have to come to school late if they don't have a test. We will communicate that out clearly, but just expect March does have a lot of unconventional days. So just help your student keep track of when are your exams. Do you have an exam? Do you need to be at school on time? Are you coming a little bit late and all of that? We will also communicate that to kids because again, we want the seniors to maintain having the highest attendance. So we want to make sure that they know what time and when they need to be at school. Speaking of that, we're going to have a little attendance challenge. We haven't rolled this out to the kids yet, but we'll let them know in March. We are shooting for perfect attendance. And so for every week in March, if you come to school every day that week, at the end of the week, we have a little fun treat for you. And so that's just to give them a little bit more encouragement to like keep that momentum going. We know senioritis gets real in March and around springtime. So we're just trying to find ways to keep them motivated to keep coming. And then finally, for those, again, who have had seniors pass through NCA, you know, we have our annual tradition where we have our senior sleepover. The teachers, we grab our coffee and our caffeine, and we are up all night with the kids in the school building. So we're excited to keep that going. Kids look forward to it, and it's one of the pinnacle parts of senior year. This year, it will be on Thursday, March 27th, and they will stay overnight all the way to Friday, March 28th. So we have lots of details coming, but we will have lots of fun things for your kid, and you will not be seeing them that night. They will be with us. Free babysitting just for one night.
Awesome. And these are just the flyers to go along with those events. So for our lock-in, we have announced that it will be a senior games theme competition, just like the Squid Games, with a winner and different competitions throughout the night. And then our attendance incentive is sweet treat for a perfect week. So they have not yet seen this sweet treat challenge, but they will this week. And starting next week, any single Monday through Friday that they come to school, they will be getting these sweet treats in that order. So we are definitely excited for our March activities. All right. we just gave a lot of information to you all at once. So we would like to take a moment for you to ask any questions, any clarifications about this information before we move into our second half of the session, which is to talk about your ideas and your input for the rest of the year. So I do just want to bring up, we sent out a form for any questions that people have before the meeting. So these were the questions that we got, and we can just very quickly answer these. So how many graduations tickets will be given? As of right now, our exact number is between 4 and 5. So stay tuned on that. And there is no way to buy more graduation tickets. So that is what it is. And that is why we continue to do these raffles that you can earn through, you know, a competition or through some kind of raffle by showing up, extra graduation tickets. The time of graduation, we got that question. It starts at 2 p.m. A rough estimate of when it's going to end by the time you like finish taking your pictures and all that stuff is about 4 p.m. But of course, that depends on how it goes. Where's the senior field trip? I have mentioned this a bit, that I would love for you guys to help us decide. And so coming up later this week, we are going to have an opportunity for students to actually share where they would like to go. And then a few weeks after that, we will take a vote. So that is our updates from now. Any other questions? So I'm going to open the floor for any questions. Is anything coming up in the chat? If anybody wants to come off mute, feel free.
Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm
Hello.
sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anyone.
Go ahead, you can go.
Okay. So my son missed his ring measurement date because he wasn't feeling well. So what will be the makeup date for that?
It's still to be determined, but we also have a kit at the school, so I don't want you stressing out too much about that. So
Okay.
I can get back to you with that date. But yeah, it's
No
not a
problem.
huge deal. Yeah.
Wait,
But please do fill out the form. Oh,
sorry, Ms. Wolf. The student can actually come directly to me. I'm the one with the kit, and I'm the one that's putting in all the measurements for students. So any student that missed cap and gown or regular measurement, I have all of the tools, so they can come directly to me, and I will input everything.
Okay. And your name? I'm sorry.
I'm Miss Stone.
Okay, Ms. Stone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello?
hello. Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I was wondering, okay, I see about the graduation tickets that will be given. Are they going to be given free or do we have to pay for it?
So the graduation ticket is included in that senior dues. You're going to be getting 4 to 5. That is what is provided with the senior dues of 150. For that, there's no way of getting or paying for more graduation tickets.
And can
Okay.
we stick with graduation tickets because there were 2 more questions in the chat. One was asking about, can you explain how the raffle for extra tickets work? So a couple times each quarter, we'll just have some type of way for parents or kids to earn more. So for example, early in the year, any student who had perfect attendance, we put them in a raffle. When we had back to school night, any senior parents that came, we put them in a raffle. Right now at this meeting, all of your kids are entered into a raffle. So at the end, we'll run the raffle and we'll see which student won extra ticket. So we'll keep adding more opportunities because we know it's tough trying to pick 4 or 5 relatives or people because you probably have a whole team for your kid. So we are going to try and provide opportunities. And then Ms. Mitchell, I don't know if you're able to come off mute, but there was a question about children's ticket. I don't remember what the cutoff age was at the venue for who is considered a ticket holder.
Because we are going to NJPAC, they're ruled that everyone needs a ticket.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Children need a ticket as well.
Right. And I know normally some places they do children under 3, they're in and they don't need a ticket and they sit on the lap, but they want everyone to be able to have a seat.
I have a quick
They
question.
would need a ticket.
Hi, Ms. Mitchell. This is the Maya mother.
Hello.
How you doing? I wanted to ask you, is the graduation the same place as last year?
Correct.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. I'm giving a moment to see if we missed anything in the chat or if anybody else wants to come off mute to ask their question.
This where we're gonna get to the fun stuff?
Yes,
Because you know that's what I'm waiting for, right?
yes. Right after this, where I want to hear everything, your thoughts when it comes to what we should do.
Okay.
I have a
Hi,
question.
good evening.
All right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
I'm sorry. So when will y'all think y'all be able to decide where they're going for the senior trip?
Senior trip, yeah. So right now our timeline is the end of this week. We are asking students like where would they like to go as just like our initial look. And then 2 weeks from now, we will have the vote for students to vote on this is where I would like to go based on the 3 or 4 kind of top suggestions we hear from students. And by then, you should be able to. So I would expect 3 weeks. I'm going to hold myself to that for you.
Okay.
And that would also give you information about how much that would cost. And so when we do the vote for students, they'll know, hey, some places might be more expensive than others. So that would be part of the vote. Hey, we could go to this one location for a certain price or another location maybe for more.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, that was my question to you guys, actually. I'm Cameron Bailey's mom. So, will the trip fee be included in the dues, or that's like a separate charge?
It is a separate charge, yeah. And that is why it's kind of a vote that goes along with what could our students rather prefer as that additional charge.
And I want to add on, our seniors have been fundraising as well to offset those costs a little bit. So that is something that like they are like really intentional about, trying to raise a little bit of extra money, even if it could pay for one bus, every little bit helps. So whenever you do see messages about like, hey, we're selling like treats or boograms or anything like that, definitely contribute because every dollar goes a long way.
I also have another question.
All right, we're gonna take one more and then we will move on to the second half and we could do more questions at the end. But yes, go for it.
I'm Michael Lewis Jr., mom, by the way. But I wanted to know, like, for the senior fees, can we come pay in person, or do we have to give it to the child to bring it in?
If you come pay in person, our ask that you just make an appointment with the school so that our security knows that you are coming. So perhaps email me or Miss Stone just to make that appointment so we can come get you at the door.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Now for the exciting part. And again, if you have questions, feel free to keep putting them in the chat or save them for the end. But idea time. So I really would love to hear any and all of your ideas for how to make our senior events really, really great. So I'm just going to kind of mention 3 things that we tend to talk about when I want ideas. So the first is prom. And so just a question is a prom send-off toast-off. Would you rather have it at school or home? That should say, or my bad, at school or home. So those are some things that I'd love to hear your opinions on. It has been a while since we've done a toast-off at the school. Another thing about a lot of us have mentioned is, do you have any ideas for where they should go on this senior trip? And just celebrating seniors, do you have any ideas of how we can continue to hype them up as they make their way across the finish line? I am going to ask that if you want to share, to use the raise hand feature, if you know how to do that, just so that we don't talk over each other. But if you are ready, you can come off mute there and just share anything.
Okay, I'm already off mute.
Okay.
Okay, so
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I know when he got his report card last year and we knew we was going to be a senior, I was on the case for about a toast off from the school. I have had the pleasure for the last 8, what year is this, y'all? 2025? For the past, since 2016, I've been sending children off to prom. I've been doing hair, and for some schools, I've been providing makeup artists to them. NCA has been one of my schools for the past 5 years that I have been doing along with other schools, and I have seen the transition from pre-COVID to post-COVID. And I can say that it is costing, a lot of these parents come to me stressed out. They come stressed out because their children are looking at Instagram, they're looking at TikTok, they see these immaculate toast-offs from home, and they just don't have it. And they want their children to actually go to prom in style. they want them to be seen, they want them to be celebrated, but a lot of them do not have the funds to do it the way that they want to. Pre-COVID, I have always been for the send-offs. It's the time for your senior to shine in front of all of their peers, in front of the school. It's their moment. And I feel that in the senior year, they have earned their moment, because trying to finish high school in this day and age, in this climate, in our community has been challenging for some, if not most. So I am very big on a send-off from the school, and I have given all of me in support of giving the kids a send-off from the school.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that. I agree with. Toast offs, they have gotten out of hand. Like, it's like parents are paying for a wedding just for them to get sent off to prom. So I think that if we do have a lot of people that are feeling like that, our next step here is to see like what support can we get. We would love to do it, but what we know is it is a huge lift on the school. We need support, we need security, we need manpower, because everybody is excited, and it's for a good reason. The whole community comes out. So we just want to make sure if we go this route that we have the support of the parents, we have the support of the staff. When we're like telling parents like, hey, we got to move the limo, we got to move the car, that like y'all are on the same page with us, because that's the only way that we can make this happen. But I see a lot of people like agreeing in the chat. So love that, keep it coming. But it seems like the consensus is like a lot of people want to do that. So we will try to like problem solve this and think about how to make it happen with our leadership team, and let y'all know next steps for it. If we can do it, this is what we need from y'all as parents to support it.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to add that right after we get some ideas, the last thing that we're doing is there's a form for you to fill out to volunteer for anything that you'd like to support. So I know you also mentioned bringing in those vendors and stylists and people to help make them look fantastic and have that prom makeover. So do stay tuned a couple more minutes to actually sign up to be a volunteer to help make this a reality.
Oh, also, I do that too.
Okay, okay.
I've been doing NCA for like the last 5 years. I am a hairstylist. I do actually have my own salon. So I have actually been shutting my salon down to my clients the week of the prom. Well, since the prom is on a Wednesday, so this year, so Monday and half of Tuesday, I will be shutting my salon down for NCA and NCA only. However, because I do have a senior, you do know that I'll be dedicating myself to my son as well. However, when I spoke with Ms. Stone, and Ms. Wolf was so excited about this meeting tonight. When I spoke to the ladies, I'm going all out. I'm going all the way out because these children, this class 2025 is a special class. It's a special class because a lot of the children that started with KIPP and that are ending with KIPP have been with Clarence. So they have become like my children as well. So for this year, if there's anyone out there that knows of anyone that would like to sponsor a senior, as far as a suit, as far as dresses, please, let's all come together and let's get this done. And I just want to throw out there before I hand it over to the next person. I just lost a family member not too long ago, and I had to order some suits. And I ordered suits from Shein. I got a suit for about $30 from Shein. And when I tell you who I bought the suit for was the best dressed in the room. So, I just want to, and that, not saying this for your child, but if you're sponsoring someone and you want to make it cost effective, because there's certain kids that just don't have, unfortunately, there's certain parents out there that are really struggling and are really having a hard time. So I just like to come up with cost-effective ways that look hella expensive, and so that they can feel good. So I would like to work with anybody that want to work. And that's it. I'm leaving that on.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I see a hand, but I just want to add that we put in the chat and also on this slide that volunteer form. So I'm seeing a lot of people come in with love saying that they want to support a child or support in some way. So just please fill out that form for us so we know who you are. But yeah, Jennifer.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Quinn. I'm Tremaya's Dawson's mother. I know y'all trying to do a lot of events and stuff like that or things for the kids, but my husband is a DJ. I don't know if Trey told
Oh,
y'all.
she told us.
If y'all need any, music or anything, let me know or let us know. I also do have a mentorship for the youth. So if you have any kids that's struggling or need some type of guidance or need that level of love, I do have mentorship for the youth as well.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you.
Hi, this is Miss Evans. I got a question. With the toast off, right? Because I'm having the toast off for my daughter at my house as well. What time would the toast off be? And what are the things that we could bring? Like, will there be like little sandwiches and stuff like that that's needed, or we're just doing like a regular toast off with champagne and that's it?
So for a school toast off, I just want to like stamp for everyone. It's not confirmed yet. We're just having a conversation on if we should have one. And so once we get the go ahead and the approval to do it, then we'll have some of those details. But that's something like that would be helpful to know. Like, is that something that we should do or something we should think about? What times are people having their home send off? So we could think about what time makes sense for the school one, things like that. You can definitely add in the form that's in the chat and we'll keep posting it. But we don't have any of those details yet, but those are all good things for us to know so we could use it to help make the decision.
Okay. Thank you.
I just dropped the form again. If anybody wants to add any volunteer ideas or just questions you have.
I have one more question. Last year, they had several restrictions on the dresses, the prom attire for the young ladies and the young men. I had a son graduate, and my son Nazir graduated last year. But this year, my daughter wants a specific dress. So do you guys have is there an issue with how the dresses are made, or is there no sequence or no back out and stuff like that? Because I heard a lot of that, but then I seen a lot of that going on last year. So I want to make sure, like, what is the criteria? What is it we can do and what we can't? Because there's a lot of money being spent. So before we go out and spend our money, we want to make sure that the kids can wear certain things. Not that anybody was turned around, but, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think what we can commit to is before, I would say the end of March, because I know that's when like dresses start getting finalized. We can send out like the criteria. We could send visuals like this is okay, this is not okay. I also tell kids like feel free to like bring a picture of what you're thinking of and like show it to one of us on the team. And we can definitely like give guidance there. I don't think like there's anything that's been super strict, but we want people to feel comfortable. We want people to look classy. I think that's really the basis of it. So I can't really say like this is the length, this is the body, like. But I would say like we'll try to give some guidance that's written down and also like tell them to bring a picture in and we can kind of help around that.
Oh yeah, Demaya ain't bringing y'all her dress.
She tried to pop out, right?
She definitely, but we'll try to keep it as modest as possible.
Okay.
As modest as possible. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Nope, she won't, Miss Lewis.
There have been some good ideas in the chat too. There was Ms. Burrows who mentioned like a senior Spirit Week dress down. I do want to let y'all know we do let them dress down on the 25th of every month. So today you might have seen some of your kids come to school dressed down because today's the 25th. If it falls on a weekend or a break, we let them do it the following Monday after. Senior luncheons on Fridays. Our deans actually just awarded some of our kids who had the top B points. They're going to get a lunch and get a special like meal for themselves. So we do incorporate that. I love like the ice cream station, the candy station. That's related to the attendance incentive we're doing. So we're like all on the same page. I love it. Miss Jada had a suggestion about doing it in a parking lot and decorating it out. I love it. Any other ideas I have or any way that you could support, definitely put it in the volunteer form. For age limit, I'm going to toss this to Miss Mitchell. Can you remind us what's the age limit for prom dates?
Yep, I was just replying in the chat. 16 is the minimum and 20 is the max.
Okay. And let's take maybe one or two more ideas, questions, things you're thinking of. If you've had students who passed through NCA, some of you mentioned that, you could bring up some things that you've seen in the past that you would love for us to try and replicate with 2025. Miss Jada, I saw your hand up.
No, she was just trying to change the name to my name. I'm sorry. Because
Okay,
I'm
okay.
driving while I'm listening at the same time.
Got it, no problem.
I do want to just touch on something for anyone that's going to be getting services from the vendors. Me and Miss Stone, I think, spoke about this. A cutoff date. Excuse me, a cutoff date for signing up. And reason being, I mean, things happen, and if we have to make it happen, we're going to make it happen. But to alleviate the stress and the pressure from the vendors, because you want them to do a good job on your senior. You don't want nobody to have to rush because 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 other people came and pretty much bombarded the appointments or that day. Please, if you know that your senior is going to need services, to please have them signed up by the date given by Ms. Stone and Ms. Mitchell, so that being that I will be doing here, I will be having some people come in with me as well, and for whoever else they get. Again, there's been issues in the past, and it's been bad for some people, and it's worked out, thankfully, but we just want to make this as smooth as possible. If something happens again, yes, they will be accommodated, but we want everybody to look their best. We want everybody to look beautiful. We don't want nobody to be rushed on. So I just ask, if they're going to get the services, please make sure that they're signed up by the cutoff date.
And I think that's great advice in general for any parent who this is your first time during prom. Like, things book up early. So help your child start getting that situated so they're not running around last minute trying to find all the appointments. All right, one more person want to share an idea or anything, words of advice if you've been through this before, or anything you would like the school to think about planning for our seniors in these last 16 weeks.
I have a question. I'm sorry. This is Miss Evans again, the Maya mother.
Mm-hmm.
Really quickly, I know that I have 2 dresses that I want. They're brand new. They've never been worn, and a pair of shoes. So who do I bring that stuff to?
You bring it to my office in room 301. I'll take them all.
Can the Maya bring it to you, Miss Stone? If anything.
That is my twin, my birthday twin. Yes, she can.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Awesome. And just kind of going off of that and the momentum that we've been sharing, these are just some ideas of ways for while you're filling out that form that you can continue to volunteer to support. So for prom, we've been talking a lot about dresses and the glam, but we also need help with decorating. So please hit us up if you are able to decorate and make that Vogue theme a reality. We are continuing to work to organize potentially a toast off at school, but also if you want to maybe coordinate other toast offs at your respective homes. And of course, as we've been talking about, getting those vendors and stylists. But other things that we would love help with is even just photos. So that is something that we definitely need support with. We have asked in our email from, I believe it was from Ms. Velmont, for baby photos. So please go ahead and email us any baby photos. There is an email address that you can directly send a baby photo of your senior to, and it puts it right in the yearbook for us. And so that's super awesome. And even just if you could volunteer to take photos at some of our major events, any of those things we could use help with, and getting the word out. That would be some of the things that we're looking for volunteers. Awesome. I think that is our coming to a close. Of course, if you have ideas or other things, please stay on. We will be here, but I think it is time for this long anticipated raffle.
Let's do it.
Are we ready?
All right, so this again was based off of attendance for tonight, and we based it off of the names that we saw in the chat. So hopefully everyone was able to get their child's name. Ms. Wolf, can you unshare? There we go. All right, so these are all the names we have. Double check, make sure your child is there. All right, last call. All right, let me add Curtis.
All right, and this is for an extra graduation ticket raffle. Extra graduation ticket.
Cameron Bailey, is his name there?
I got Devontae, I got Kenyor, Cameron. All right, if you already put the name in, you don't need to add it again because it's already. Jaleel's gonna be the last one. I apologize, y'all, because my computer's about to die. So let's do this before that happens. So.
Alrighty.
And the ticket goes to Makai.
Oh!
All right, so I don't know. I'm feeling like people making me feel guilty, Miss Mitchell. I'm gonna do one more.
Another one.
Let me add some of these names in here. We had Jada Lachey.
Who did the ticket go to?
The last one just went to Makai Edmonds. All right, we're gonna do one more.
Ooh, so close.
There, Williams. All right, congratulations. Those are our two winners for tonight, right? Okay, all right, so I'm going to kick it to Ms. Wolf to close us out. We will stay on a little bit if there are individual questions. But other than that, thank you so much. Please, again, if you have not gotten any of the information we sent, make sure you have the correct email and phone number on Dean's List. Ms. Wolf or Ms. Lewis, Stone Mitchell, do you want to add anything, Ms. Valmont?
I just want to jump in really quickly, first of all, to say thank you for everybody that came to this meeting. And for the number of parents that signed up for volunteering, I am going to miss this class heavily. And we already have, I'm looking at some of my parents that I know have been riding with us since you were in ninth grade.
Yep, sure enough. You're going to miss
donuts,
me.
coming to ask, I see you, Miss Smith, bringing donuts, volunteering food for our athletes and our students. And so this is a special class. You are a special group of parents and families. And so I'm really excited about this time. Also really sad because we are almost at time with the class of 2025. So just know I'll probably be wearing my transition lenses at graduation because we ain't gonna be okay. But again, thank you so much. We got a few more months left and we're gonna make the best of it.
I just want to add, hi families, this is Mrs. Valmont speaking. I see a few people asking for the link to upload baby pictures to the yearbook in the chat. I am here with a little one. He's trying to eat my buttons and pull my braids, so I can't send it right now, but I will send it in a follow-up.
I'm looking for it right now too.
Oh, great. Maybe
I was like, I'm looking through it so I can send it in the chat. Give me 1 second.
Oh, great. It's also on the flyer. The link to the flyer is in there, and that link is posted there. But we're so excited. And if you have any issues with that email, you can also email me directly, avalmont@kipnj.org, and I will make sure that your cute baby pictures get in there. I would also love to sell a whole bunch of yearbook ads to celebrate seniors for the back of the yearbook. So I have been working with students who are signing up for the committee, and we'll be getting out information in case you want to do like a page spread for your kid. It'll be really fun.
I missed everything.
Awesome. All right. I just want to thank you all again for being here. I put the email in the chat. I know it does seem like a weird email. When I saw it, I was kind of like, what? But it really does work. So if you email that photo or a baby photo to that account, it does directly add it to our yearbook. But if you would like a more trustworthy email account as well, you could also send it to Ms. Valmont or me, Ms. Wolf, anybody that you saw here in this meeting speaking, you can go ahead and add their baby photos there.
Not too much on my email, Ms. Wolf, because when you use it, it will send you a confirmation that it goes the North Collegiate
I
Academy.
really,
Well, I just
It-
wanted
it
to
does
chime in
work.
one more time. I see there are some parents that were just able to get on the call right now. The notes and slides and things from this meeting will be shared after this. So if you missed anything, please check your email to know that the recording of the actual presentation that will be shared with you. Okay.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all so much for coming. We appreciate you and everything that you do for our seniors. Feel free to stay on if you have any further questions or ideas. Otherwise, have a wonderful evening. And thanks again.
Before I get off, when do you want me to come to the school? Or do y'all want me to come to the school?
You can definitely come to the school anytime, just with an appointment. So I would say just email either me, Stone, Shayla, anything, or
Peter,
any of us to see what time. Yeah.
this is for you to do the planning, just to plan next steps and detail.
Well, I'm doing a few things.
Mhm.
Helping with the planning, the vendor,
Mhm.
as far as the any, I guess, students that need to be sponsored.
Mhm.
You know, I would like to see what I can do. So, you know, that's, you know, I would take it that's confidential information, so they don't want themselves out there like that. So, you know, that will come through you guys. So we're in March.
It's time now.
We're in March. So we got 2 more months, really. If you really look at it, I don't even look at the end of March, you know, to say it's 2 more months. Like, it's right here, because before you know it, we're going to be walking these kids out. So I want to just get started.
Okay. I ain't like that part, the 2 months left, but
I know, I saw your face.
I like that part. But what I will say is, we'll talk. Ms. Stone just had to step off, but I do think the next step here is to have you come to a planning meeting with us, and we can plan out the calendar just so that we can actually have the dates put down. Probably, maybe next week, I'll have Stone get to you to talk about what date or time you can come in. Because I think the best place to do that is to have a recurring meeting of some sort, but we actually put the dates on the calendar for what the next steps look like.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, and I'm seeing for anybody who filled out that form, we have your phone number. Like, we will reach out in the upcoming days to schedule that time too.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you ladies. Everyone have a good night.
Thank you so much.
To rest this body now. Good night. Okay, how do we get off? I don't even know how to get off. Oh, here we go.
Alrighty.
Ms. Wolf, I see a hand raised. I don't know if
Oh,
that.
yes. Sherelle.
Hi.
Hello.
Actually Makai McGill's mom.
Okay.
I came to the school because Makai's dad had passed, and I asked like for extra, like, did he have any work or anything? No one never got back to me. I don't want this to impact his grade. This was like last week, 2 weeks ago. And every time I told someone, no one knew about his dad passing. This is why he wasn't in school for like a good week and a half. But I just want to make sure that he's caught up with everything, so he doesn't it doesn't impact anything.
Miss Sanders, I'm gonna call you right now.
All right, no problem.
We can talk.
Okay.
Looking at anything else in the chat.
Mr. Taylor asked what's the email we should be looking for, so we'll call it parent meeting follow-up, and then we'll have all the flyers, the links, the recording, everything that was in this presentation, so you can look back and get all the info. So it'll be parent meeting follow-up.
Excuse me?
Yes.
My mom was wondering if she could come in today to speak to me. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
Good evening, Miss. I'm the parent of Anna Staglan. I want to know if I can come in today because I would just want to talk to one of you teachers. I don't know which one.
So see if I can have some help for Anna. I'm looking for Anna to get into some school or anywhere that she can have a career done, like in nursing or anything in the field of nursing. And I don't know how to go about do it, so I would like to have some guidance from you guys. So I'm asking if I can come in one day so that we can able to just have, it have to be long, but just to give me a guideline of how I can go about get that done for her.
Yeah, for sure. She has a career counselor assigned to her, so Ms. Valmont can find out who that is, and they can schedule an appointment for you to come and talk to them about it. So I'll
Yes.
just put that as a next step for
Thank
Ms.
you.
Valmont.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, I believe her counselor is Mr. Dublin, and she does talk to him. We see her come in all the time in the morning, and they usually check in, so we can have him reach out to you for a family meeting. Everybody's going to be having a family meeting starting in March or April anyway, so you can have yours a little bit early and then have an additional one if needed.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hi.
Alrighty, it's looking like everybody shared. Any last questions? I will end the call in about a minute if we don't hear anything else. Oh, okay. Thank you all so much for coming. You have my contact information on this flyer, but I am also Miss Wolf. Thank you again for showing up to this call. Have a great night. Bye-bye.